Today we're taking a look at two watches from one of my favorite brands, Vulcane. Now Vulcane are known for their cricket watches, however they do make other watches like dress watches, dive watches, and chronographs. Today we're taking a look at the Nautic Skin Diver. We're taking a look at two different versions. I have the blue dial stainless steel and the latest that they've come out with, which is a PVD coated gold version. This is the black and gold. However, that stainless steel version is fitted with their brand new bracelet, and this is one of the best bracelets that I have seen on any dive watch, let alone at this price point. And this comes in well under $2,000 on this bracelet, and I think it is phenomenal, especially considering that it's coming from a heritage brand like Vulcane. So let's flip the camera and take a look at two amazing skin divers from Vulcane, the Nautic in gold and stainless steel on a bracelet. So recently, Vulcane have come out with a number of different versions of their popular Nautic Skin Diver. And I have one of those to show you guys. I actually have two of them to show you guys. I have one on my wrist. This is my personal Nautic. I'm going to show it to you, and I am really excited about the bracelet that they recently came out with for that watch. That's the stainless steel version on my wrist. However, they did come out with a bronze version and a PVD coated gold version. This is the PVD coated gold. This is the black and gold. That's what they're calling it. There are a number of reasons why I love Vulcane. They are a historic brand. They have a rich history. There are presidents that have worn their watches. They're very popular for their cricket watches. However, they've also made divers, skin divers like the Nautic Skin Diver. So this is a reissue of a 1970s Skin Diver. This is a very classically sized watch. It's a very classic looking dive watch. This is the gold PVD coated version. As I said, it's called the black and gold because you're getting a black dial that is matte finished, a very crisp, clean dial on this watch, extremely legible as well. You're getting gold tone hands against that matte black background. White indices, those are printed on the dial in lume, and then you have a white minute track. It's very straightforward. Vulcane right below the 12 o'clock index, which is a triangle. Right below that it says Nautic. I always have loved the Vulcane logo. Their logo alone without their name or with their name, it's very Art Deco. I've always really loved it. And I'll show you the buckle. The buckle on here is awesome. I think the logo on the buckle looks fantastic. There's just something about it I've always really loved. Down at the 6 o'clock, right at the 6 o'clock, it says Swiss made because this is a Swiss made dive watch. Above that, it says Inca block, and then you have 25 jewels. 25 jewels because this is an ETA movement inside this watch. It is a 2824. So they didn't use a Sellita SW200, they used an ETA movement, which is kind of rare these days, and that's pretty cool. The bezel is made out of ceramic. The fill in the bezel, those numerals and the markings on the bezel, are in a very creamy lume that match that gold tone really well. So they match the hands, it matches the case, the crown. It looks fantastic in my opinion. And the bezel action is very crisp. It sounds fantastic on here. I've already worn this watch for a few days because obviously I'm a big fan of Vulcane. Let's listen to the bezel action. You can see I have no problem turning this bezel, even though it's slightly polished, or it is polished, not slightly polished, it is polished. It has a very good knurling on it, so it's very easy for me to spin the bezel, and it feels really good, sounds really good. It's just the perfect amount of tension. Really love the design. 38 millimeter watch. So this is a very classically sized dive watch. It's very true to the original size that the 1970s diver, skin diver, was. And it's also thin, so it's under 13 millimeters thick. I measured 12.4 millimeters. That's including the boxed domed sapphire crystal, which adds about a millimeter, maybe even more, to the thickness. And you can see that crown, which is a large crown. It's around 6.4 millimeters. It has their logo on it. I love the logo. It's just the V. And then the case back is a solid case back. Really nice case back on here as well. Very nicely stamped. Gives you all the information. It's in stainless steel because this is the PVD coated version. I think the bronze version also comes in a stainless steel case back as well. This is on a brown leather strap, which I absolutely love. Again, I think that Vulcane Volcane, they offer some really great strap options, some bracelet options that are amazing. This is around a 43.4 millimeter lug to lug is what I measured. So again, in keeping with that classic size, it's a classic look, a very classic looking dive watch with really nice specs. 200 meters of water resistance, of course, even though it's a skin diver, you're getting 200 meters of water resistance. Very quickly, let me show you the watch that I have on my wrist, and I'll talk about the bracelet a little bit because I think that this is a pretty amazing bracelet. One of the best bracelets that I have seen on any dive watch. Let me show it to you. So here it is. This is the Nautic Skin Diver in stainless steel. So this is the original version that they came out with. Blue dial with a ceramic bezel. Beautiful watch, 38 millimeters, all the same measurements. They didn't come out with a bracelet when they first came out with this watch. I think they gave you the option of some straight end link bracelets, but nothing that actually molded to the case. They then came out with this bracelet. It is one of the coolest bracelets that I've ever seen on a dive watch, and it is extremely well made. Solid end links, beautiful bevels on each one of these solid links, and each one of these links is just one solid link. So they haven't really gone the route of all the other brands out there that make multi-link bracelets and oyster style and this style and that style. They went their own way, and this is a very 70s inspired bracelet, so you're gonna have to like that. Screwed links, so they went the specs route as well, and then there is the buckle. I'm gonna take off the watch so you could see the buckle on this watch is phenomenal. It is one of the best buckles that I've seen on a watch that costs under $2,000. So this watch, the stainless steel version, costs $1,640 on a strap, $1,920 on this bracelet as you see it. And look at this bracelet. You have polishing on either side. You have that beautiful logo right there. And then you have on the fly micro adjust that is some of the best, listen to that I have seen on any watch under $2,000. Listen to that. It's so nice and very, I could do that all day. It's like a fidget. It's so nicely made. Really, really sounds nice. And it feels really nice as well. Screwed links, like I said, so solid links on this bracelet. It really has all the bells and whistles. Look at that. It is a beautiful, beautiful bracelet. One of the best bracelets that I have seen on any watch at this price. And it just brings this to a new level. The strap was really nice on this watch, but this bracelet just brings it to a completely new level under $2,000. If you already own this watch and you want to buy the bracelet, you can buy this bracelet for $350 on their website right now. If you own this watch and you do not own the bracelet, I highly recommend getting this bracelet. However, if you are in the market for one of these watches, so either the stainless steel, the gold, the bronze, they came out with a silver dial version of the stainless steel now, I believe. There are a few different versions of this watch available on the Volcane website. I definitely recommend if you're getting the stainless steel version, get it on the bracelet. Currently, they don't offer this bracelet in the gold or the bronze version. However, maybe they will. I think it's definitely worth getting if you are interested in it. Speaking of price, this watch, the gold version, costs $2,020, so it's a little bit more expensive because you're obviously getting a PVD coated case, which is really nice and looks absolutely beautiful. But again, that stainless steel is on the cheaper side with that bracelet. So if you want to get in, that's the easiest way to get in on a Volcane diver right now. And there's the gold on my 7.5 inch wrist. Like I was saying before, the buckle is awesome on this watch. All of the Volcanes get beautiful buckles like this with that beautiful V on it. There is polishing, there is bead blasting, so there is different finishing that is going into the buckle as well. There is a lot of attention to detail on these watches for a very good price, in my opinion, for a historic brand to offer a watch with all of these details and specs and all that history behind it. I think these are great watches. Well, there you go. Lume is really good on these watches. The only thing I would say is that there is no lume on the second hand. That's my only complaint. Other than that, I really don't have many complaints about these watches. I love the bracelet on the stainless steel version. I love the look of the gold version. I wish there was a little bit of lume on the second hand, but the lume is really good on both of them. The stainless steel version right here in the left side of my screen, or your screen, that has a patinaed lume, but you can't really tell the difference between the two. This has white lume. The gold version has white lume, so it's a little bit brighter. Both of them get super luminova. But there you go. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments below. What do you think of these watches? What do you think of the style of that bracelet? What do you think of what they're doing with this? They're coming out with a GMT version, which I think it's a SOPROD movement. I'm not entirely sure if that's going to be a mass market watch, but I've seen pictures of it on the internet, on Instagram, but I haven't actually seen one on their website yet for sale. I would actually be very interested in that watch when they do come out with it, because I think this in a GMT form would look awesome. It actually does look awesome if you see pictures of it, and if I have one, I'll throw a picture of it up if I can get one. I don't know if I can, but all in all, just really cool watches, really well made, really good looking, plus they're powered by an ETA movement, not a Sellita movement. Not that that makes all that much of a difference, but it's kind of cool that they're doing that. Just a favorite of mine, one of my favorite brands. I really do love Vulcane. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments below. I want to hear from you guys. What do you think of these watches? Tell me what you think of that bracelet. What do you think of the Nautic Skin Diver in general? What do you think of Vulcane? I want to hear from you guys. Please also don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. Super helpful for the channel, and I very much appreciate it. I'll put a link to both of these watches down in the description below. Definitely check it out if you're interested in either watch. I'll also put a link to the bronze watch down in the description if you're interested in that one. Anyway, guys, thank you for logging on. I'll catch you guys in the next video.